Hello creators! Thank you so much for joining me for my second video in this series, Clean and Quick Cards. This is a very quick and fun Christmas card using some designer series paper, and we have some gold glimmer paper to give it that nice fun sparkle. And then I have added a little bit of detail in some straight line embossing to give the card a little bit more texture and interest. This card is super quick and simple. Let's get started. So I have a standard card base. This is a piece of Whisper White and it measures 5.5 by 8.5, and I have not scored this one yet. If you'd like to score it, you can do so at 4.25 in the middle, or you can just fold it right in half. Take your bone folder and give that a nice crease. I have a scrap piece of designer series paper here. This is from Christmas Around the World designer series paper from the holiday catalog. We're going to cut a small piece from that and put that on our card today. I also have a piece of gorgeous gold glimmer paper. I love it. It's so pretty. We're going to use that on our card. And the stamp set we're using is Snowflake Sentiments. We're going to be using the Wrapped in the Warmth of Christmas stamp. Okay, so the first thing that we're wanting to do today is trim down our cardstock. So grab your paper trimmer, and from the designer series paper, we want a piece that measures about 1.5 inches. And because of the direction on this paper, I want to fussy cut it. And that just means cutting it so that I get the most faces that I can out of one piece. So I am going to, I think, trim it on the top first, and I'm just going to slide it in and kind of eyeball where the faces are, and I'm trying to line as many as I can up with this track right here, just the left side of the plastic track. So I think that looks about good. I'm going to chop it right here, and then I'm going to flip it around and measure 1.5. And that looks pretty good. I have quite a few faces in there, so I'm happy with that. So there's a strip that measures 1.5. Now I need to trim this down to the width of the card, which is 5.5. And there's my focal point on my card. Set that aside, bring in your glimmer paper, and this already measures 5.5 wide, so make sure you have your piece 5.5 wide. And now we're going to trim a few pieces off that measure 3/8 of an inch. So line that up with the 3/8 inch mark right here. And you don't have to use 3/8, you could do a 1/4 inch, or you could do a 1/2 inch. I just like 3/8 because it's still very skinny, but it's thick enough for me to use my tear and tape adhesive. So that's why I chose a 3/8 inch. So I'm going to cut a second piece. Okay, now let's get to assembling. So the first thing that I want to do on my card base is stamp my sentiment with my archival Stampin' pad in basic black. So I have my stamp mounted. I'm going to ink that up, and then I'm going to stamp it down in the lower right corner. Just like that. I am going to put some of my tear and tape adhesive on the back of my glimmer paper. Now you can use any adhesive you'd like. I just really like tear and tape because it is exactly the width that I want. It's not messy, and I can just put it right on, and I know I'll get a really, really nice and clean stick, if you will. And then on the back of my little nutcracker guys, I am going to use the fast fuse. So I want to take one of my glimmer strips, peel off that tear and tape backing, and then I'm going to put that right down across the card, and I'm trying to make sure that my edges line up and that I am as straight as I can be on the bottom. Next, I'm going to stack my designer paper right on top of that, and then take my glimmer paper again, oops, peel off that backing and then stick it to the top. And finally, to get the embossed stripes, I'm going to bring in my score pal, and I'm going to put my card up in the corner here, and then I'm just going to do a few score lines there, and we'll do a couple down here, and then I'm going to rotate and do a few more. And then let's skip one and do a thicker one down here. Now, when you're scoring at the bottom of the card, when it's a little trickier, so you'll just have to find that groove first and then carefully score down. And there we go. There is our second clean and quick card in this series. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified of future videos, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of this quick and clean card today. You can visit me online at melissascreations.com, and you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/mcreations. Get all the supplies you need to make this card by heading to my website. You can see all of the dimensions for the materials that we use, as well as each of the items featured in the video today. And if you'd like to pick them up, you can do so by clicking on the images on my website, and they will take you directly to my online store. Thank you so much for visiting today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.